Who are you? The last of the Nightingale Sentinels, I'm afraid. I've defended the Sepulchre alone for what seems like an eternity. We were betrayed by one of our own kind. In fact, I'm to blame for what's happened here. I was blinded. Blinded by dark treachery masquerading as friendship. Perhaps if I had been more vigilant, then Mercer Frey wouldn't have lured me to my fate and stolen the skeleton key. I haven't heard that name in a long time. How do you know of me? The key! You have the skeleton key! I never thought I'd see it again. And Mercer Frey? Then it's over, and my death wasn't in vain. I owe you a great deal, Nightingale. That's quite a noble sentiment for someone in our, well, in your line of work. My only regret is that you had to undertake this task alone. Carlyle? She's still alive? I feared she'd befallen the same fate, ending up a victim of Mercer's betrayal. Nothing would bring me more pride than to return the key. But I'm afraid it's impossible. From the moment I arrived here, I felt myself, well, dying. The Sepulchre isn't merely a temple or a vault to house the key. Within these walls is the Ebonmere, a conduit to Nocturnal's realm of Everglow. When Mercer stole the key, that conduit closed, severely limiting our ties to her. I'm afraid so. I'm weakening, and I can feel myself slipping away. The years without restoration of my power have taken their toll. Whatever damage has been caused can only be corrected by following the pilgrim's path to the Ebonmere and replacing the key. I wish I could help you. But I've been a prisoner in this very chamber for the last quarter century. The only possible help I've come across are the remains of some poor fellow who is trying to follow in your footsteps. Perhaps his journal can help? Good luck, Nightingale.
been a number of years since I've set foot on your world. Or perhaps it's been moments. One tends to lose track. So, once again, the key has been stolen, and a champion returns it to the sepulchre. Now that the Ebonmere has been restored, you stand before me awaiting your accolades. A pat on your head, a kiss on your cheek. What you fail to realize is your actions were expected and represent nothing more than the fulfillment of your agreement. Don't mistake my tone for displeasure. After all, you've obediently performed your duties to the letter. But we both know this has little to do with honor and oaths and loyalty. It's about the reward, the prize. Fear not. You'll have your trinkets, your desire for power, your hunger for wealth. I bid you to drink deeply from the Ebonmere mortal, for this is where the agent of Nocturnal is born. The oath has been struck, the die has been cast, and your fate awaits you in the Everglow. Farewell, Nightingale. See to it that you stay this time, won't you?
I'm glad you were able to bring the key back safely. Nocturnal seemed quite pleased with your efforts. I wouldn't take that to heart. It's her way. Think of her as a scolding mother continually pushing you harder to be successful, outwardly sounding angry, but silently content. I assure you, had she been displeased with you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The circles at the base of the Ebonmere imbue you with powers befitting a Nightingale agent. The crescent moon represents the agent of shadow, the half moon for the agent of subterfuge, and the full moon for the agent of strife. This is Nocturnal's way of maintaining balance. If you ever feel the need to change your abilities, you can return to the sepulchre and step onto a different circle. Be warned that once you've chosen, you can't reselect for at least a day. Now, your life as a Nightingale begins. Should the need arise, you'll be summoned to the sepulchre in order to defend it. The Guild has welcomed me back with open arms. I feel like a void in my life has finally been filled. I only hope that this isn't an ending to things, but actually the beginning. Why, perhaps the greatest crime spree Skyrim's ever known. There are pockets brimming with coin and coffers overflowing with riches ripe for the picking. We may be Nightingales, but in our hearts we're still thieves, and we're damn good at what we do. Gallus, Mercer Frey and I were once members of what's known as the Nightingale Trin. The Trinity disbanded 25 years ago when Mercer Frey betrayed us by slaying Gallus and dumping his body in the ruins of Snowvale Sanctum. Indirectly, the Trinity is usually selected from the ranks of the Guild, although its existence is a closely guarded secret. The Nightingales protect the Temple of Nocturnal, a place known as the Twilight Sepulchre. She's the mistress of night and darkness, and the patron of every thief in Tamriel. Nocturnal isn't one for worship and reverence. There are no priests and no sermons, no services and no arms. She influences our luck, and in return, demands payment. You're closer to understanding than you realize. The only difference is she doesn't demand payment in the traditional sense, and sometimes the cost can be quite high. Whether you know it or not, Nocturnal dictates how well we perform as rogues. Again, you have to think differently. Haven't you ever noticed how our luck behaves? Like a novice picking an impossible lock, or a blind man suddenly turning to face you as you reach for his pocket. It's through these subtle means that Nocturnal influences us. Nocturnal's whim is the greatest mystery to everyone. There have been volumes written on the subject. Does she exact repayment when we die? When we suffer, does she revel in our misery? No one knows. The return certainly seems worth the risk, though. The agent of subterfuge utilizes shadow to cloud the judgment of those around him. By weaving the darkness to their will, this agent can manipulate others into fighting for the Nightingale for a limited time. This agent of strife can send forth a tendril of pure darkness into the heart of another, causing great injury to them. At the same time, this tether will bolster the agent's own life force, making him stronger. The agent of stealth is the master of remaining unseen. They are able to manipulate the darkness and use it to their advantage. On moonlit nights or in darkened rooms, this agent literally becomes invisible. Choose your path, and your journey will be complete. Yes, fellow Nightingale?
Carlyle?
Gallus! I feared I would never see you again. I was afraid you'd become like the others.
If it were not for the actions of this Nightingale, your fears would have come true. She honors us all.
What will you do now, my love?
Nocturnal calls me to the Everglow. My contract has been fulfilled.
Will I ever see you again?
When your debt to Nocturnal has been paid, we'll embrace once again.
Farewell, Gallus. Eyes open. Walk with the shadows.
Goodbye, Carlyle.
Yes, Nightingale? What is it? Gallus's oath has been paid. His actions have satisfied the terms. Now his spirit becomes one with the Everglow, the realm of perpetual twilight and the cradle of shadow. No, not gone. He's become one with the shadows. This is the greatest honor a Nightingale can possibly achieve. In death, he's become a part of that which we used to live. Absolutely. When we say, walk with the shadows, we are asking those Nightingales who have passed on to protect us. It's believed that they are literally what guides our uncanny luck, by placing their hands in ours. That's why the Ebonmere needed to be reopened. Without it, there's no way Nocturnal was able to allow them through. I've decided to make my home at Nightingale Hall. Since it's your home as well, I hope to see you and Brynjolf there. Of course, I may visit some of Skyrim's cities to acquire things from time to time. Can't afford to get rusty now, can we? If this place is in danger ever again, the shadows will call. Should the need arise, a portal connects the Sepulchre and Nightingale Hall. Use it whenever you wish. Farewell. Eyes open, and walk with the shadows.
scared him off. You should probably be in bed. You're looking a bit under the weather.
Get them before they're gone. something I can help with, or do you just want to talk?
Yeah, I guess I have a minute. What do you want?
It's good to see you in one piece, lass. I just wanted to give you a proper thank you for everything you've done. The guild is back on its feet again, and on its way to a prosperous future. What's become of the skeleton key? That's it then. After all those years of helplessly watching the guild decline. But enough of that. I'm confident that with you in charge, we'll soon have more gold than we could possibly spend. I'll be down here, trying to coordinate everything with Delvin and Vex, to make sure the coin keeps flowing, and no one skims. If you still feel like doing some jobs, I'm sure Delvin and Vex have more than their fair share to give out. Either way, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Here's to the future of the guild. May it last another 1,000 years.
Talk to me? Okay.
Good to see you.
How are you feeling, Vex?
Pretty angry, actually. Can't believe I watched the Golden Glow job. Should have been like stealing a sweet milk from a baby.
Well, I see your wounds have healed, but your pride still needs some time.
So, what do you think, my dear? Could a beautiful woman like you...
I suppose I can work with your face. After all, the sculptor cannot always choose the finest clay.
Oh, really? Well then. How
All right,
can we
then.
make that happen?
When you're in your grave, and I'm standing over it. Now get out of my way. I have work if you've got the backbone. Walking away without taking a job, it's like passing a bloated coin purse on a...
Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh? Don't look like much to... Now that you mention it, there is. I have a buyer with, I'm told it's said to be spread across 4... Then we have... In his later years, Arundel moved into some ice caves known
Sorry,
as...
lass. I've got him things to do. We'll speak another time.
In which to perform his experiments.
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts for the guild. I watch Delvin's back. If you're looking for extra work, talk to Vex or Delvin. They'll fix you up.
Even if you're one of us, you better not make trouble.
I don't know where to find your sources, but that last shipment of scuba was some of the best quality I've seen in years.
Just got lucky is all. Bumped into someone who knew someone else. The rest just writes itself.
Well, if you like, I'll be happy to
Sorry,
take
lass.
on the
I've got
operation for
important
you.
things to do. We'll
Take the
speak another
sauce
time.
off your heads.
And lose out just when the going is getting good? No thanks.
Ready for some work, or are you just gonna wander around all day?
Stick to the rules and you'll end up rich. Break
Still
them,
have quite
and
a
you're out
good
on
bit
your
of jobs
arse.
available,
Simple,
if you're
right?
looking for some extra coin. Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this,
Picked up some new
be sure to bring them
clients.
to me.
Did a few jobs
I
on my
promise
own,
it'll be
but
worth the
not
effort.
sure if that will cover our
Must have come
expenses.
from Mercer's place. He'd admired the Grey Fox for some time. Sure, I'll buy it from you. Here you are. There's plenty more work for the likes of you. Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this, be sure to bring them to me. I promise it'll be worth the effort. What a delightful find. This should cover it. Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this, be sure to bring them to me. I promise it'll be worth the effort. By the 8, you actually got your hands on it. This alone is worth more than some thieves earn in a lifetime. There's plenty more work for the likes of you.
Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship. Buying and selling fine jewelry here. Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here. Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship. Buying and selling fine jewelry here. Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here. Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship. Buying and selling fine jewelry here. Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
Fresh meats and produce. Get them before they're gone. All meats guaranteed clean and free from rock joints.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
Fresh meats and produce. Get them before they're gone.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
All meats guaranteed clean and free from rock joints.
You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to this?
Staying safe, I hope? Welcome. What can I do for you? We're all eager to see them brought to justice. Maven Blackbriar has assured me that they're being dealt with appropriately.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. I think we've got what it takes. Our headquarters is in Salisbury.
I'm so sorry.